I have backbone. It's another example. There was another girl, a Yaley, who went to Blood Money J School. I think she works at ProPublica. And as far as I knew, never really had much in the way of the boyfriend department. I think her name was Nancy or something. Went to Yale, works at ProPublica, something like that. And every now and again, we kind of get reconnected in things. She doesn't really have much of a style. She's kind of pudgy, kind of a pudgy white girl, not really much, kind of in the style department. A bit pretentious. All of a sudden, out of the blue, she gets a boyfriend that she meets on Hinge. This guy, Marco, I think, from El Salvador. She insists on bringing him to brunch that we had scheduled for a few weeks. I was like, oh, that's a bit awkward. She just hooked up with this guy for the first time the previous night when we had brunch scheduled for a couple of weeks, and brought him to the brunch place that we ended up going to, Paris-Dakar, in Bed-Stuy. I was like, oh, I didn't realize there was gonna be a boyfriend involved. I thought we were just gonna have, girl talk or something. Felt kind of awkward. I'm not saying, it's just kind of weird. Like, you expect to have like girl talk with your with a friend, and then she ends up bringing the boy that she hooks up with for the first time. Something makes me think maybe that was the first time she'd had sex in years. Just throwing that out there. Fast forward to sometime last year, I ended up talking to her about how I'm like dating all these guys on Hinge, yada, 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 my typical bullshit. I'm always like, oh, this guy I dated on Hinge, this guy is kind of weird, no prelude to a kiss with that guy from Missouri who just kept on chatting about his horrible politics and shit. And she kind of got a little, she got her back up about it. She's like, well, some people just like to debate on a first date. And I was like, I know you ain't Latina. I know you have no Romance languages in your background to roll with that line confidently. Anybody with a Romance language in their background would never be like, oh, I'm here to debate politics and the art of war on the first date. That is so rogue. That's why you've never had a boyfriend before, Marco. You know this. Broke-ass Nancy, Rachel Dolezal from Yale. I was trying to get this through her head. I was like, I just need a guy to talk to me like it's prelude to a kiss. Not argue like loud shows, like philosophical, thoughts and dreams. I just need simple humanity. And the guy from Missouri that I happened to mention to her was not that guy. And I accept that because I'm going on dates all the time. I've never had a problem getting a date. Like Nancy from Yale, whose grandparents lived by Lincoln Center. That same Nancy from Yale used to loan me her camera when I first graduated because I couldn't afford to buy my own camera. You know who else used to loan me her camera? Samantha Stark. She worked at a tortilla bar in Chelsea, down the street from where I was living at the time, 23rd and 9th. Almudena Martinez also loaned me her camera so that I could pick up some freelance work because I couldn't afford to get my own camera at the time. So Almudena Martinez, Samantha Stark, all were very generous in loaning me their cameras after I graduated, so I could pick up some freelance work before I moved to Washington, D.C., where I was hired at the AP. Thank you to you alleged woke bitches of Blood Money J School. Here's a rumor that I thought was really kind of funny. Apparently, Nancy from Yale, whose parents lived by Lincoln Center, was so desperate to get married. She was leaving all of these catalogs to Tiffany & Company all around the apartment they ended up moving into. Marco and Nancy ended up moving in together. And she got a little too fast for his taste and pushy about wanting to get married. She's 47. And she was leaving all these Tiffany & Company catalogs all over the house, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, I want to get married, my biological clock is ticking. I know you're just a brown darky from El Salvador, but don't you want to have a blue-eyed baby? Was how subtle she was. See how broke that is? See how presumptuous she is? See how racist she is? See how fascist she is? See how Rachel Dolezal-like she is? Avoid that kind of shit. Avoid that kind of gaslighting. Like the plague. Good-looking people of color around the world. Just saying! I think that's all I have to say for now. I think I might post this on Wednesday. Yeah, what day? Where? It's Ren Margot's birthday today. Okay, I think I might. Hang on. Oh, it is Wednesday right now. Okay, so I think I'm gonna post this on Thursday. Cause, you know, he's about to come over and I got better shit to do than edit video after 11 p.m. If you know what I mean. Me with the romance language extraordinaire in my background. Why the fuck do you think I would ever want to sit down and discuss Atlas Shrugged? I'm more of a just kind of chill over some wine and pizza kind of girl. That's more my style. Prelude to a kiss. Just saying. Maybe I'll revisit this topic later because I feel like I have so many more broke-ass, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, ugly-ass white bitches who think they're God's gift to black men and men of color. Maybe I'll just sound them off. Caroline Beauchamp, Paris 18e, Julienne Marie Gage, another one of these Rachel Dolezal types who go out of the way to make you think they're so woke. And they're the brokest, retardedest, mentally ill crackpots you've ever fucking met. Maybe I'll go into more detail about those two at another day. But for now, signing off, this is DJ Mateen, Alva from the video blog HowIMetYourFather.life.